how to escape a wrist hold in one move. We're going to cover in this video some scenarios you can expect realistically where somebody is going to grab your wrist and drag you. We're going to do different types of wrist grabs. I'm going to explain what different types of wrist grabs are out there, which two wrist grabs we're going to do, two different ways of getting out of each of those wrist grabs. And I'm also going to show you how to do it right, how to do it wrong, and some drills so you can practice alone. And finally, you will get to see how this looks like in a pressure scenario when someone's really going fast and hard. But we'll take it slow in this video. And I will leave you with one tip on how to get out of a wrist grab. Let's say you see this video you're seeing this video now, but you get into a situation 3 years from today. Well, you're gonna panic, you're gonna freeze. How are you gonna know what am I supposed to do? What was the technique? Well, I'm gonna share one tip with you. That one thing, if there's one thing you gotta remember what that is, I'm gonna share at the very end so it'll make more sense. Let's get started. Hi, my name is Fazia Lala. I am a martial artist. I have 2 black belts in 2 martial arts. I have trained in 7 martial arts. I have 12 years of martial arts training, and I have been teaching self-defense for women for a few years now. So what I'm going to show you has been learned and evolved over the years. These techniques are the best for women's body. So it doesn't use a lot of upper body strength. It uses more core, more strategy to get out of something. So what I'm going to show you should be the best applicable technique for most of us watching this video. All right, so now let's start with scenarios. Always want to think of when can this happen to you realistically. So here is one scenario. For example, you're at a party. Okay, and I'm chatting with someone, I'm having a great time. I came with my boyfriend, who's probably just angry and just wants to get out of here and doesn't respect me very much. So I'm having a conversation, and potentially he can just come grab my hand and say, hey, let's get out of here, and pulls me, right? Now that's not very good for me, and that's not polite, that's not acceptable, and I need to find my balance. Okay, what's another scenario? Well, perhaps you are a waitress. Let's say you're serving somebody and you turn around, and you go elsewhere, and then they grab you this way. So now there's different ways that they could grab, right? So let's go into different ways of grabbing, but before that, what other scenarios are realistic for you? Post in the comments below. Share with each other so we all know what we can expect. Are you a college student? Are you out late at night in a dark bus stop, walking through certain areas that aren't safe? When can you be expected to grab by someone? Who can that person potentially be? Think about those scenarios and post below. Okay, now with several different types of wrist grabs. So here's one option, right? You're facing somebody, having a conversation, maybe your arms are down here, and this person just decides to grab you to show some power or control, okay? That's one type. Now again, I could be turning around and saying, I don't want to deal with this, I'm going away, and then this person grabs me, maybe with the other arm. That's an arm across. Okay, cool. Now, what else could it be? Perhaps I'm standing having a conversation. I'm not moving or going anywhere. This person is turning around and going, but decides to grab me this way, right next to him, with an inverted grip. Okay, what else is out there? I could, again, have both my hands up and say, stop, back off, dude, this is not okay. And he grabs both my hands. So there are a lot of different types. We're not going to cover everything. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We're just going to do 2 types. We're not going to do double-handed. We're not going to do inverted grip today. It's just me facing this person, same side grip, mirror image, right? So that's his left hand, my right hand, mirror image, or across. That's it, just those 2 types. And for each, I will show you 2 different ways to get out of it. Okay, so we will start just gently, normally first. You're gonna find a partner who you trust and can go easy with you, 10%, 20% speed, and slowly increase to help you get better. Okay, but because we're gonna do this over and over several times for practice, what we're gonna do is just warm up a little bit, just do some stretches. Now I'm gonna show you some basic stretches here, but if you wanna do the full set of 5 to 10 minute stretches, please go ahead and watch this stretching video that I've done. Okay, so we're just gonna do some arm rolls. Start on one side, couple long arm rolls forward, couple of them backwards, other side, forward, backward. Now you want to do in front of you because this is the technique you're going to do. front, clockwise and counterclockwise. Other arm, other way. Good, you can do some wrist stretches. And wrist rolls. Like I said, I do a lot more in the other video, neck, shoulder, waist, all of it. So if you want to just go ahead and do your full body stretch, feel free to do that. Okay, so now that you have done this, let's get started. Okay, now you're just going to face your partner and just have that person grab your hand. Okay, so here's what you want to think of. I'm going to go through all the detailed techniques right now. When you want to come out of this grip, typically, instinctively, what do you do when somebody grabs you? Pull away, right? This is what you do. Now this doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna show you this to you. I'm gonna try really hard to pull away, all my strength and might. And he's holding on pretty close to 100%, I would say 80% strength, right? So I'm gonna try to pull away. Okay, that doesn't work. It really doesn't work. I don't know if you could hear and see me sliding, okay? So that doesn't work. So because the reason why this happens is that think about railway tracks. You have an interlock mechanism, and if you pull it apart, it becomes tighter, it becomes taut. And that's what's happening. You're making the grip tighter. If anything, you want to go in towards the person, but don't worry about that right now, okay? You just don't want to pull away. That's not gonna help. And you're gonna be using upper body strength, your arm strength, and strength against strength. Who's gonna win the battle? Okay, so let's not do that. What you're gonna use is technique, strategy, whatever you wanna think about it. Weak points. Now this weak point right here is his grip. There's an opening right here, as you can see. So if I try to go this way or another way, not so effective. I wanna come out of the opening. That's the first thing you've gotta remember. Second thing, I don't want the bigger part of my arm to come out. Here, let me roll my sleeve. I want the shorter part of my arm to come out. So if you notice, of course, you have the big flat part and the small part, the bony part. Smaller part is obviously a lot easier to get out of a grip. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn the smaller part, thumb side that way, and make a nice big circle. So you're gonna make a radius first and a circle. So this is what it looks like slow motion, okay? So he's gonna have a gentle grip, so I can show you slow motion. That's what you're gonna do, a circle. Now, of course, if this person is holding on a lot harder, 80% strength, let's say, or 100%, there we go. Ooh, that's tight. Okay, now I'm probably not even gonna be able to get exactly the half a circle, barely being able to make that radius because this person is really holding on. So what I have to do here is snap. Do make the circle, but gotta snap out of it, okay? So I'm here, right? Use your voice, hey, stop! Just like that. Speed and that snap motion. Again, slow motion, but with the snap looks like this. I'm coming out, snapping, like a chopping a tree with your hand, with the pinky side. That's what you're doing. Now, if this is really hard for you to do, just make a circle. Maybe you have a shoulder injury, whatever the reason might be. Here is a different technique to get out of it called scissors, okay? So this person grabs me right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull this hand that's being grabbed in towards me. Same thing, same principle, through the weak point, thumb side in, small, shorter side coming out. That side in towards me, but that's just that is not enough, right? I need something else. So I'm going to push out with the other hand to his wrist, as close to the wrist as you can possibly push with your palm. It's called palm heel. Bam, just like that. So this comes in, that goes out, equal and opposite motion. A little bit more technical, but easier on the body. Do whichever works for you. Practice both enough times that then when you come back to it, see which one you've improved in the most. Okay, not the easiest to start with, the most improved one, and that's probably the one you want to stick with. Okay, now let's move on to the across grab. Okay, now same side, same arm for me. He grabs across. Now, same thing, right? I can just make a circle, but guess what? Pinky side. So right here, opening, pinky side is my small side. I could have my palm facing up and then go thumb side, and I'll show you with the other hand too. Same thing, right? I'm here, make a wrist going the other way. That's where the opening is. The opening isn't here. So right here. With the other arm, so you can see a little bit better, different perspective. I can come up pinky side, or thumb side. Really depends on what the shortest, easiest path is. My hand is already here, pinky side is more accessible. But maybe my hand was here for some reason when he grabbed me. Then maybe it's easier to go thumb side. Doesn't matter, that's not important. Okay, here you are, pinky side it is for me. I'm gonna go right here, okay? Now, again, if circle isn't an option for you, if that's not happening, one more thing to remember about a circle, you don't want to use just your arm. It's your body that's guiding it. You want to bring that strength from your body. Just using your arm strength isn't going to work. Okay, you want to leverage your entire body, which automatically makes the movement heavier, faster, more momentum. But let's say the circle isn't happening anyway. Here's what you can do. Here's another trick. Okay, scissors again isn't an option, clearly, right? Scissors this way is not going to work. I want to push this way towards the opening. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move in towards him. I don't want to move away. So if anything, I want to go in. My elbow is going to go in. It's going to make a U, okay? So just watch what this looks like. Slow motion. I'm going to go in towards this person. Elbow comes up. So it's like a dance move, right? Whoosh, you're combing your hair. Comb your hair, dancing. That's what you want to think of. Now you can, for leverage, make a fist and grab your hand. Typically, it's better if you keep your fingers spread out. It's a lot better. And when we get into more videos, you will understand why it's just a better weapon. It makes it stronger, more sharper. So if this is hard, no problem. Make a fist, grab for leverage, but you're not pulling your fist. So if he grabs 100% strength, pulling doesn't work. Doesn't matter if it's this pulling or this pulling, even though this is more torque, so slightly better than linear pulling. Still, it's not working, and I don't know if you can tell my wrist is getting pretty red, right? So this is just for leverage. I want to push my elbow in and break the thumb grip, right? And if I get a bonus hit, great for me. So those are the ways you can get out of it. Okay, now post in the comments below. Did these work for you? Which one worked better for you? I have drills for these, and I'm going to show you really quickly what those drills are, and I have a whole workout video coming up that just does a 5-minute workout on these drills so you can practice them alone in your own time when you don't have a partner, and you can still get better at this. Okay, so these drill involves first, of course, stretches, and then you're just going to do this repeatedly. You're going to put one leg back, same side leg, that hand is forward, is going to be. Let me say that again. If your right hand is forward, your right leg is also going to be forward. You're better balanced that way. And you're going to make a circle, snap, chop down. Other way, snap, chop. Okay, scissors is this. And you can keep doing it over and over and over, 10 times this side. And you have elbow. Now you're going to switch, right? Same thing this side, chop. And you can go the other way. Wrist or scissors. You can keep going, snap. That's the important part. You can start slow or maybe even straight so the workout goes through all those portions. Then at the end, you have that, both sides. Okay, so you can do that drill on your own. So now, as I promised, a great tip that I'm gonna share with you. If there's one thing you have to remember from this, it's like, oh, it's too technical, this side, this turn, if you practice it, if you keep it in your mind, if you do this for a while, it's gonna be part of your muscle memory, like bicycling or swimming, it's gonna come back. But let's say that doesn't happen. If there's one thing you have to remember, is crashing in. We tend to pull away. We always want to go away from our attacker. Fight that desire to do that and go in, because here's what happens. When you try and go away, this person has the ability to attack you. They have more weapons available. But yeah, look at that. That's not a good distance for me to be. And most likely their arm reach is a lot longer than mine. Look at that, okay? So what I want to do is crash in. If you've noticed boxing fights, when people crash in, the referee calls a break. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. So if I crash in, it takes away his weapon. So just look at this for a second, right? I'm here. He's still trying to hit me, but this, he's not going to have as much strength. It'll still hurt. Not going to do that much damage as much as here. So that's to my advantage. And I didn't do anything with my wrist right now, but watch. If I just remember crashing in, intuition will take over and I'll just try to wiggle out of my wrist grab and that'll be fine. So here it is, right? There you go. So it did take me a little bit longer to get out of the wrist grab than if I would use proper technique, but that's fine. I still got out of it. So crashing in, extremely important. Now we're going to do our pressure. I'm going to show you a couple second clip with me blindfolded and what's going to happen if somebody, my attacker, comes and attacks me from any angle. Just the attacks that we learned so far, wrist grab, same side, across, and full strength, and tries to drag me away. What do? Can I actually use these techniques to get out of it before I'm dragged away? Let's see.